Anybody? You saw Sean when he was here, yeah. I mean, Sean Mullins is an icon in the industry, and when he was here, I think last fall, told me you were unbelievable.
Aw.
And we had to have you here. And he actually, you toured with him, right?
I did.
For a long
Yes.
time, right?
Yeah, for about a year, or just over a year. I came here in 2010 and recorded my album with him. He produced it, and then he took me on a tour, about 4 tours actually, all across the country, and introduced me to his audience. And it was amazing. I learned so much from touring with him and getting to write with him and just watch him on stage every night. He is serious pro.
It's incredible, isn't it? Did he produce your album in Nashville? Did you?
No, he produced that one in Atlanta, which is why I lived in Atlanta for the first couple of
He's
years.
a Georgia boy, of course.
He is an Atlanta boy. Mhm.
Yeah, he is. Well, tell us a little bit about you. Grew up in the UK.
Yes.
Why did you come here? What was the draw?
So I was living in London, and I'd been there for a few years. After I left school, I went straight down to London to, become a famous singer. But it would take a couple of years, and 8 years later, I was still there, and just slogging it out, working as hard as I could, playing all of the singer-songwriter rooms and small theatres and that kind of thing. And I was just getting a bit, like I wanted a new challenge, I wanted a new place, and I was a huge, huge fan of Sean's music. I first heard him when I was 14 or 15. My oldest sister introduced me to his album Soul's Core,
Oh, wow.
and I just started listening to that album just on repeat. And so he was really one of the, big influences in me wanting to become a songwriter. So anyway, while I was living in London, it was 2009, I decided I am going to contact Sean and see if he wants to work with me.
So you just called him up?
Nearly. So if you cast your mind back to 2009 and remember that the website that everyone was on back then was MySpace,
Right.
which is nowhere now
Doesn't
to be
exist
seen.
anymore,
Right. So I sent him a message on MySpace and a few songs, and I thought, well, this is never going to work. He is never going to see this, but I'm going to give it a try anyway, nothing to lose. And a couple of weeks later, I got a reply back from him saying, I've listened to your songs and I really like what you're doing, and would you like to come to Atlanta and record with me?
Wow.
So there you go.
Sean Mullins.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you decided to come over, got married to Steve right before you left.
Yes.
Was he on board with this? I don't know. Metaphorically, was he on board with coming over?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we both thought initially it would just take a year out, and come over here, do the tour, do the album with Sean, see how things went, and 1 year turned into 2 years, into 3 years, into 4 years, and it's always, at the end of the year, you feel like, well, should we go back to the UK now? And we were both kind of looked at each other and thought,
Yeah.
we're having so much fun, let's just give it 1 more year. And,
When did you decide to move to Nashville?
that was about 3 years ago, and so a lot of people, in the songwriter circuit, live in Nashville for obvious reasons, and I was just hearing so many good things about Nashville. The songwriter friend of mine, Chuck Cannon, lives there.
Sure. Chuck was here with Sean. Actually.
Yeah. Well, they're, Chuck and his wife Laurie White.
Laurie
both
White, sure.
Lovely,
Sure.
lovely people, and so I knew that they lived in Nashville, and I started spending a bit more time up there, and just really loved it. So yeah, I decided to move there a couple of years ago.
Do you play around town at all down there?
Not really. I mean, when I'm back in Nashville, I'm usually off the road and in the writing zone or recording.
Sure.
I play now and again at Third and Lindsley or at the Bluebird.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's just a great town. I think it's a really small place, but there's so much going on, and there's a real music vibe in
It's a
there.
small, big town. It really
It is,
really
yeah.
is. Everybody knows everybody. Those of you that come here all the time know, and you've heard me say this a lot,